Greetings. You have your ticket? Or you don't have one? No problem, my friend. Just hit the subscription button below. Come on in. Hey, guys. You see what time it is? Yeah, see up there? 2 minutes to midnight. That's a little bit about what I want to talk to you about tonight. I know we've had several conversations in the past about EMPs. If you've been following along with the news, and I hope you have been, you heard that President Trump just signed an executive order around protecting the nation and making sure that the plan that the United States has, if we are attacked through EMP, in the electronic magnetic pulse. In other words, the whole electrical grid goes down. If you have listened to some of my videos and other videos out there, you clearly already know that we talk about being prepared and prepping all the time. Every week, really every day. But I understand that, for the working class, every week, you should be putting something aside to prepare yourself in case of a crisis. Because when that grid goes down, and I'm going to say when it goes down, you don't want to be one of those individuals who, that have to go to someone and hear them tell you, I told you so. I won't be that person because I love you too much to tell you that I told you so. I love you enough to warn you, to inform you, to remind you, to encourage you, to hopefully inspire or influence you to take the necessary steps. Make sure you have water, that you have medical supplies, that you have something to defend and protect your home, your family. You have gasoline on hand. You have other resources on hand. Enough food, preservable food that does not have to be refrigerated, food that can last you up to 90 days. Because again, if that grid goes down, I'm going to take liberty here. When that grid goes down, you want to be in a position to be able to sustain yourself and your family. And I know many people will tell you, hey, those are scare tactics, and I won't go down that road right now with you. There's no need for me to scare you. None whatsoever. Because the same thing that I'm sharing with you, you have better believe I'm doing the same thing. Some of you guys who follow the channel, you know also that I'm a part of an organization of men called Gideon's Flight. And we are men who work with other men, like-minded men, to try to make ourselves better men, better brothers, better sons, better fathers. Okay? That is something that we're constantly talking about. Preparation, being prepared, creating a community, having an exit strategy if necessary. As I said before, if the grids go down, if we're attacked and they go down, it could be up to 6 months or a year before the grids come all the way back up. It'll take 3 days for all chaos to break out in the streets. In a matter of weeks, people will actually be starving to death, committing suicide in the street, attacking. There'll be vigilantes in the street. In a matter of a month or 2 months, probably 30% of the population would be dead. Now, if you don't believe that, go back and look at the executive order that he signed. Do your research. Go look it up and see all the things they talk about that can happen, potentially happen in that type of scenario. The President of the United States would not be signing this stuff, guys. This would not be a conversation if there were not concern around the potential, the high potential for this to happen. Okay? There would be no reason for him to do that. There are many other things. And here's something else I'm going to add to this conversation. And I really, again, I hope you're listening to me. Okay? I don't want you to be one of those individuals who said, I knew I should have did it, but I didn't. We got another major holiday coming up. You hear about all these layoffs. Remember we talked about the economy. How is this economy so great that you got every kind of business from Family Dollar stores to Payless stores to JCPenney stores to Kohl's stores to Starbucks, etc. closing. I think the last count was almost 6,000 businesses closed already in the first quarter of 2019. something is coming, guys. And you need to be prepared. Don't waste your money enriching Walmart by buying Easter eggs and Easter candy because you think somehow your children are going to love you more. Just be a good mother, a good father. Your children will love you. It's not going to take candy and other spending that you may need to use to buy product for survival if necessary. And again, guys, this is extremely important what I'm saying to you. Extremely important. And some of you guys, and you know I'm talking about you, are no way prepared. If something was to happen today, you would be a victim due to a lack of reacting and preparing yourself, even though you knew. Okay? At least you had knowledge that it could happen. And you got a president over there taking steps because, for whatever reason, his cabinet, the people who are responsible to keep him up to speed on what's going on, they believe something can happen. Now let me show you something. You guys know about the Russian troops going down in Venezuela. I hope you do. Last week, 100 Russian troops went to Venezuela. And they brought about 35 tons of supplies with them to Venezuela. And I know some of you guys say, well, that's just 100 troops. Russia, just for the record, guys, has a 1 million-man army. 1 million men active army. And about another 1 million in reserve. So really 2 million that they could call on. So when you look at that 100, you need to be thinking about 2 million. There's a parable, there's a story about a shepherd who had 100 sheep and one of the sheep went off and he had to go find that sheep and he was so happy that he got that sheep. Because he was able to find the one that was lost, but he also understood that that one represented that 100. And it showed to the other 99 that if the one mattered, they mattered too. 100 troops is just like having 1 million troops in reserve if you need them. Okay, so there's Russia sitting at in the north end of South America, Venezuela, with 100 troops and millions to call on if they need them. And no one is talked about, and everybody's looking at, well, what's the big deal? Maybe you ask me, okay, where are you going with this? Do you realize that by Russia having troops in Venezuela, whether you agree with them being there or don't agree with them being there, that Russia now has us almost surrounded? Yes, I said it, almost surrounded. Okay, you know me. I'm going to give you some facts here. Let me show you something here. Okay? I'm going to open this up. This is a map. Hope you can see this. All right. Come on. Get to it over here. There you go. That's a map of the United States. I want you to look right up here. Okay. Look at the very top up there. I'm going to show you, but this is a map of the United States. Now, what I'm going to show you next, and the same map, you see at the very top, let's get back over here. Where am I? See at the very top, I want to make sure I get the right spot here. See at the top over here, if you can see that. Come on, phone, let me down here. If you can see that. I'm sorry, guys. That says Russia, okay? Just in case you can't see it. I'm not sure. I guess I'm going to have to figure out a better way to do this. But at the very top, over here, just taught it. Right there, okay? That's Russia, right there where my finger is pointing. Right at the very top. Now here, if you look at this map, right down to the very bottom, as you can see, I guess, if you can see down there, I guess that would be right in the bottom left-hand corner. You see, that's Caracas, that's Venezuela. All right, so you got Venezuela at the bottom of us, and then you got the Bering Strait, as I just showed you a moment ago. At the very top of us, that's the Bering Strait. Where that X is, that's Russia. See that X right up there? That is Russia. Okay, so in effect, if in case there is an act of aggression between the United States and Russia. Russia is above us. Russia is below us. And obviously, if you know anything about your geographics map, you know they're absolutely to the west of us. Because Russia is right on the top of China. Okay? That's why you saw that bottom tip of it. It's called the Bering Strait. And that strait is about 55 miles between that strait and Alaska. Okay? There can be a tunnel bridge, or very easily they can cross that. So when you start looking at all the distractions that are going on right now, you know, they're talking about, you know, the Russian investigation. They're talking about building the border walls. You're talking about real dumb stuff, the Jesse Millett kind of silliness. And for some of you guys, let me share something else with you. This whole thing around, you know, the Make America Great Again. Even that, the whole, you know, concept of that, the whole rallying cry of that. You know, not long ago, guys, I was visiting a museum. And it was a World War II museum. And I happened to notice a poster, you know, and it was showing from a chronicle standpoint, it was going different stages from World War I to World War II, you know, and it started like 1918 and went up to 1945. But here's something that I found extremely interesting. And again, this may have no relevance to anything, but then again, it might. I want you to take a look at this, if you can see this. Maybe you can. Hopefully you can. If I get this just right as possible. If you look towards, don't try to look below there you go. Look at, let's start at Hitler's Nazi. Let's go, the top line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's start at Empire in Africa, Hitler's Nazi Party. I know you love me for this, right? I'll do better, I promise you guys. See, it says, okay, come on. Hitler's Nazi Party. And it goes on to say, all right, right about down here, it says, right here, see, promising Hitler's Nazi Party. There you go. Rose to power in Germany, promising to avenge the country's humiliation to make Germany great again. You see that? To make Germany great again. Right there. Okay, you can't see it here, but right about there. You see that? To make Germany great again. To make America great again. And here's what I'm saying. Am I saying that Donald Trump is a white supremacist? I don't know him personally, so I can't. I don't know if he's a white supremacist. Am I saying that white nationalists are taking a statement from Adolf Hitler and taking the word Germany out and inserting the word America in? A white supremacist, white nationalist, understanding or coming to their own conclusion that Hitler's statement to make Germany great again, when they hear Trump says to make America great again, they're correlating those two things in almost in a coded way, maybe perverted coded way. I won't, I'll give you a little space that maybe it's just coincidental. But could that be what we're hearing and not realizing it? So my point is, we're totally distracted. We're focused on all these different little slogans and the wall, to build a wall, Russia gate, Russia not gate, interfere with elections, etc., when Russia is above us and beneath us, and we're signing executive orders around a cyber attack. Just something for you to think about. DFG, talk to you soon. Thank you for listening, guys. Bye now.